What's up, Cowboys Nation? If you're a die-hard fan of the star, then buckle up, because today's story isn't just your typical offseason rumor. We're diving into something that's got ripple effects written all over it. Yes, it's about none other than Tyler Smith, the rising star on the Dallas Cowboys offensive line, in a roller coaster of developments that spell both good and bad news for the franchise. The Cowboys are making big moves with Tyler, locking in his fifth-year option and making it loud and clear that they believe he's the future of the offensive front. But, as with any great Cowboys storyline, it doesn't come without complications, and this one's got a twist. Because just as Dallas was making their intentions clear, news dropped that Tyler Smith has parted ways with his longtime agent right in the middle of the critical window when contract extension talks typically begin. That's right. Just as he becomes eligible for a lucrative long-term deal, he's switching up his representation, and that could throw a wrench in what otherwise looked like a smooth path toward locking him in as a Cowboy for years to come. And that's not all. We've also got the retirement of a Cowboys legend, Tyron Smith, which adds even more weight to Tyler's role on this team and how the front office handles his contract moving forward. There's a lot to unpack here, so let's get into the details and talk about what this all means for the Cowboys' future. Now, starting with the positive, and honestly, this is big. The Cowboys have officially exercised the fifth-year option on Tyler Smith's rookie deal. That means he's under contract through the 2026 season, earning a fully guaranteed $23.4 million in that final year. When you look at the value that Smith brings to the table, especially considering his age and versatility, this move is a no-brainer. Tyler was taken 24th overall in the 2022 NFL Draft out of Tulsa, and at the time, a lot of people raised their eyebrows. Was it too early? Was he raw? Could he step in right away and contribute? Well, let's just say he answered every single one of those questions with a resounding yes. From the very beginning, he showcased a rare combination of power, technique, and football IQ that you just don't see every day in young linemen. In his rookie season, he started at left tackle after Tyron Smith went down, and he held his own against some of the best edge rushers in the game. Then, in 2023, he transitioned to left guard and continued to dominate, earning a Pro Bowl selection and helping the Cowboys rank among the league's best in both pass protection and run blocking. This is a guy who, by age 24, is already one of the most reliable pieces on the entire offense. Locking him in through 2026 was not only expected, it was essential. He's not just good, he's foundational. But here's where things start to get complicated. Just as fans were celebrating the security of keeping Tyler in the building for the next few seasons, news broke that he had parted ways with his longtime agent. Now, on the surface, this might not sound like a big deal. Players switch agents all the time, right? True, but timing is everything in the NFL, and this move could not have come at a more sensitive moment. You see, the fifth-year option is just one step. The real priority for Dallas is to get a long-term deal done before Tyler's price tag explodes. And that's not just speculation, we've seen it happen. Offensive linemen who play at a Pro Bowl level and show versatility between guard and tackle don't come cheap. Look no further than Laramie Tunsil, Tristan Wirfs, or Quentin Nelson. The market for elite linemen is skyrocketing. So, when your franchise left guard and potentially your future left tackle changes agents right when those critical negotiations should begin, it creates uncertainty. Because a new agent means new priorities, a different approach to negotiations, and potentially a higher asking price. Maybe the previous agent had already laid groundwork with the Cowboys front office, had a general framework in place, or understood the player's preference to stay in Dallas. Now that's all reset. New agent, new strategy. And sometimes that means things take longer or go sideways. Let's not forget, this isn't just about money. This is about leverage, trust, and timing. With Tyron Smith now retired after an incredible 13-year run with the Cowboys, Tyler Smith is being looked at as the natural heir to the left tackle spot. That's not just a positional move, that's a franchise-altering decision. Left tackle is one of the most important and most expensive positions in football, second only to quarterback. And it's not every day you find a young player who's already proven he can handle that pressure. So when Jerry Jones came out and said Tyler Smith is potentially a great player at left tackle, that wasn't just flattery. That was a message to everyone, including Smith's camp: we see you as the future, and we're ready to invest in you, but let's get this deal right. From the Cowboys' perspective, they've got to balance locking in their rising star while managing the salary cap and upcoming contracts for other key players like Micah Parsons and CeeDee Lamb. The front office has some tough financial decisions ahead, and any delay or hiccup in negotiations with Tyler Smith could make it harder to plan for the future. Now, zooming out a bit, this agent switch could also reflect a bigger picture. Sometimes, when a player changes agents, it's because they want a different kind of deal. Maybe Tyler wants to push for top-tier left tackle money, not just what a Pro Bowl guard might get. Maybe he sees himself as a face of the franchise and wants endorsements, off-field opportunities, and bigger representation. Or maybe he just didn't like the way things were handled leading up to the fifth-year option decision. We don't know the specifics, but what we do know is that a change like this often signals that the player wants to take a more active role in shaping their future, and that could mean more intense negotiations ahead. It's also worth mentioning that new agents often want to make their mark. They might come in and push for record-setting guarantees or specific contract structures that complicate the process. So while the Cowboys might have had a clear roadmap for how to handle Smith's extension, they now have to recalibrate. And that brings us to the human side of this story. Tyler Smith is only 23 years old. He's handled everything the Cowboys have thrown at him with class and professionalism. He's stepped into major roles, adapted to different positions, played through injuries, and done it all with very little drama. If you talk to his coaches, they'll tell you he's a student of the game, a leader in the locker room, and someone who's only scratching the surface of his potential. The Cowboys know what they've got, and fans know it too. Which is why this moment is so important. You don't want to create tension or uncertainty with a player like that. You want to build around him, not get into a prolonged negotiation that risks souring the relationship. This is where front office diplomacy comes into play, making sure the new agent understands the team's vision, the culture, and why Dallas is the right place for Tyler long term. Because let's be honest, there are 31 other teams who would love to throw a bag at a player like Tyler Smith if he ever hit free agency. And here's the part that's really going to shape this offseason: the Cowboys are already under pressure to perform in 2025. Mike McCarthy is on a hot seat. Dak Prescott's future is a topic of daily debate. The fanbase is hungry, starving for a deep playoff run. The last thing this team needs is drama around one of its most consistent young players. That's why this agent change, while maybe not catastrophic, is significant. It could delay an extension, create leverage battles, or shift the timeline in ways that affect the entire roster building process. Tyler Smith isn't just a guy, he's a franchise pillar. If the Cowboys mishandle this, they risk unsettling one of their most promising stars. But let's end on a hopeful note, because there's still a lot of reason for optimism here. The Cowboys have made it clear they valued Tyler Smith. They picked up his fifth-year option without hesitation. They've spoken highly of him in public. And they have a strong track record of working out long-term deals with their top talent. Just look at Zach Martin, DeMarcus Lawrence, and even Doc. It might take time, it might be messy, but odds are, the Cowboys will get this done because they have to. Tyler Smith is the kind of player you build around, not negotiate against. And as long as the communication stays open, and both sides recognize what's at stake, there's still a path to a deal that keeps him in a Cowboys uniform for the next decade. So what do you think, Cowboys Nation? Are you confident that Jerry and the front office will lock down Tyler Smith long-term? Do you think the agent change is a red flag, or just part of the business? Is Tyler ready to take over at left tackle and carry the legacy that Tyron Smith left behind? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear what you think. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel for all your latest Cowboys updates, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a story like this. Until next time, stay loyal, stay loud, and stay Cowboys strong.